Everybody, it's Armastis, and you're watching Armastis Live, and I am back, ladies and gentlemen. It feels like forever, but I think it's only been like, what, a week and a half or so since the last time you've seen me? Anyway, I'm back. I am good to go. As you can tell, I guess you can tell, right, that my voice is higher, louder, I guess, right? I can move around a little bit more, which is pretty good. I've been feeling really well the last few days. So far, no issues, I think, anyway. So, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I've missed you all. Thank you for all of the support, for all of the love, for just everything. You all have been awesome through this whole thing. I was feeling really bad being out for a little while. This was constantly on my mind, but seeing the messages, the support from you all, like, hey, Armastis, take your time. Hey, Armastis, we understand. Hey, don't worry about it. I really appreciate all of that so much from every single one of you. So thank you to every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. It relieved a lot of stress off of me. Because I didn't want you all to think that I forgot about you or that I was giving up on any of you, because that's just not true. I am not giving up on any of you. Wasn't giving up on this. I needed the rest for sure. I needed the break as well, and to just kind of really think about more what I'm trying to do with this channel, right? It's evolving, still evolving slowly, but evolving nonetheless. And you all are with me on this journey, and I'm excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. Before we go any further, please remember to like, to subscribe, to follow, and if you're so inclined, to donate as well. But most importantly, what I really want to talk about too is BetterHelp.com. I am not a sponsor. No, maybe one day I would love to be. BetterHelp.com. I would love to be, but as you all know, mental health is important to me. I hope it's important to you. Reach out to someone. If you're going through a hard time, whatever it may be, remember that you're not alone. Speaking of not being alone, feel free to email me anytime at armastislife@gmail.com with any questions, concerns, advice, whatever it may be. I keep all emails confidential unless otherwise you tell me it's okay, or unless it's otherwise just public things like I don't know, just something that it's public. But if it's confidential, whatever, I will keep it confidential. And if I'm not sure, I just won't say anything. I'll always ask permission as well. Speaking of what else we are doing, I think that's actually it. Yes, I think that's it. So we've got Opus 13 finally coming soon to North America. So stay tuned for that, because I'll be jumping into that. I was going to be playing in my very first tournament tomorrow, but although I am a lot better and I can move around a lot more, I still am kind of limited to some degree. So I'm still kind of debating whether or not I'm going to go participate in my first tournament tomorrow. It may have to be the next week, because I'm excited to share that experience with you all. I want to tell you all about it. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. So if I don't do it tomorrow, it'll probably be next week, which will probably be better anyway. And then shouts out to Zulus, by the way. Haven't forgotten about all of you, especially Connor over there at Zulu. You're awesome, man. Next thing I want to talk about is, yeah, I think that's it. Oh my gosh, yeah, I think that is it. So we're back. The schedule's going to be a little wonky for a little while, so bear with me. But we are back finally. I'm good to go. Oh, also, we would have been back sooner, but the Mac I'm using broke. So I've had to kind of do something else in the meantime. And hopefully that works out. But as I'm staring at it, it looks like it's okay, I guess. Yeah, it looks like it's doing pretty good. Really small to edit on, but we'll make do. It'll probably be about I'm gonna guess it's gonna be another month before I get my normal rig up and good to go. But that's not your problem. Anyway, that's just, I don't know why I brought that up. I guess I just wanted to share that. I'm done babbling. It's the news. Let's jump into it, shall we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go to start us off. Let me make sure I don't get ahead of myself here. So we're gonna start off first talking about organized play here. I did let the animation get ahead of me just a little bit, but that's okay. I was like, oh, what's going on here? Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm out of practice on some things. Anyway, first thing we're gonna start on the list, organized play. I'm sure you all are well aware, but we'll talk about it anyway together, right? A few things are changing, some small minor things. So due to the pandemic, Square Enix introduced the L3 format, which went in conjunction with kind of like their constructed format, but L3 was more like you play the last 3 of the sets. In this instance, they introduced now the L6 format, and that's to kind of make up, I guess, to my understanding, is the fact that there wasn't a lot of play, obviously, due to the pandemic with the L3 format. So I guess this is Square Enix's way of saying, we're going to do L3, but also L6 and continue to do it, right? I had to read up on what that meant because I'm still really not sure on some of these formats. And apparently it's you play a deck you construct a deck from the last 6 opuses, a murder of opuses, a gaggle of opuses. And so that is basically what that means. And I guess this is what Square Enix is doing. That's cool. I haven't had a chance to do it, but there you go. This does impact some of you out there, though, who are interested in this kind of format. So now there's an L6 format for who knows how long. I don't know how long it's going to last. But the next thing is we got Neo X Death here. So, oh my gosh. Now, I know a lot of people hate this card, and I'm sure if I was looking down it, I might hate it too. Maybe? I don't know. I really like this card, but I know it's broken, and some people really hate playing against it. But here we are. We got Neo X Death. It is hitting the ban list. Yep, it's being banned in the L3 format. So for those of you that were playing the L3 format or interested in it or whatever, you can't play Neo X Death. It's going to be completely banned. So sorry. I don't know, and feel free to correct me on any of this, of course, but I don't know if this will also be banned in L6 as well as in constructed later on. The ban, I believe, is in June or July. I think it's June. So until then, you'll be able to play Neo X Death. Again, I really do like this card, but oh my gosh, I know a lot of people really hate it. Take it as you will. I think it's a great card. There you go. A very broken card. Super exciting about like early years of any TCG, right? Is just like the brokenness of cards. I really enjoy that. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's fantastic. Anyway, moving on to the next thing from our Neo X Death, we've got a new starter set coming out. It was introduced by Square Enix, 2-player starter set, Avalanche versus Shinra, which is so amazing. It looks like it's going to be featuring a lot of Final Fantasy stuff again, and I believe this is in conjunction with the Yuffie extension of the Final Fantasy VII Remake video game. I could be wrong, but it probably makes sense for Square Enix to release this in parallel with that. Kind of like what they did with Opus 11 with the remake, and people went crazy. So if possible, I hate doing pre-orders, but as we all know right now, as things are still super crazy, you may want to pre-order this. And I do ask you to not hoard these things, okay? Those of you, you know who you're talking, you know who you are. You like to go about and buy 5, 6, 7, 8 cases of this stuff and never open it. Let others get a chance, okay? Balance. We just need balance is all we need. It's just balance, right? It's the double-edged sword. It's great that you buy a lot of stuff, but at the same time, if you don't have players or enough people interested in it, you're gonna kill the TCG. But that's for another discussion. Anyway, we did get some spoilers on this as well, which you can see on the Square Enix Final Fantasy TCG website. And let's just look at some of these samples. So this right here looks like that's going to be a Jessie. There's a Jessie sample. Don't know what she's going to do yet. There's also a Reno, I believe. Yes, this is Reno. I like at the back that it says Shinra Electric Company. And then there's going to be a Rufus, which is an Ice Lightning combination. Very interesting. But we also got a little bit of a sample with text on Cloud. This looks like it's going to be a Fire Earth variant, which we've never had. Just kidding, but still very cool. I think the card looks really cool. Let's try to read what this is. I haven't read this yet, so let's try to read what it is. So it's a 4K 6 cost. Forward 8K 6 cost forward. Okay, and when Cloud enters the field, what does that say there? I can't see that word. Oh, okay. When Cloud enters the field, if you control a job, avalanche something forward, select up to 2 of the 3 following actions. Choose 1 forward, deal it 10k damage. Okay, that's pretty good. Choose 1 job, avalanche, operative of cost 4 or less in your break zone. Play it onto the field. Interesting. Okay, and then all the forwards you control gain haste until the end of the turn. And you can choose 2 of those, of 3 of those. Not bad. Okay, not bad. It's a starter card, maybe worth something. I don't think it's going to be in a foil. If you go to the Square Enix site on the very bottom, it said that this set won't feature any foils, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know. That's okay. But the card looks cool. Looks very, very cool. You know, I personally may pick up like 2. I like to pick up at least like 2 of the starter sets. 3 at max because there's no need for any of those. But I'd like to keep 2 when I open, one I just keep sealed, and then that's about it. But yeah, so there you go. There's Cloud. 2-player starter set, Avalanche versus Shinra. It looks cool. I'm excited about it. Anything new is exciting. Now, the next thing I want to jump in here, last thing actually, it's a very short news day. I just want to do this to announce that I'm back. That's why we did the news today. A few announcements, but this is a big one. This last piece here, this is all for me. A segment, or I don't know if a segment, it's going to be kind of intertwining things. I'm still kind of hashing out the details, but I'm going to call it like your story, I guess. Maybe it's a segment or a piece or a thing we're going to be adding to the stream called Your Story, and we'll add it to the ideas. We're going to be adding this thing in conjunction with possibly with pack openings, like maybe in the beginning of a pack opening, and also while we play any Final Fantasy video game or Square Enix video game, to honestly, together. And obviously we do those on Twitch and on YouTube. But what is this? Okay, so what is this, our masses? So here's the thing that really motivates me about doing this, right? I love the TCG. The community's been really awesome, but mental health, of course, is always super, super, super important. And on top of that, I want to be able to share my stories, but I also want to hear your stories and share other people's stories on the channel. And also get, I want to know other things from you all. So I want to know the good, the bad. I want to know about your struggles, of course, your life stories, but the celebrations, the successes, the difficult situations you've been in. I want to know it all. And I'm reaching out to you all to share, to email me at ourmasseslife@gmail.com, which is at the video link description below as well, with any kind of story at all. It doesn't matter, right? You can just email it to me, or if you just want to post something really quickly in the comments, if you're comfortable with that, you can feel free to do that, because I will read the comments as well. And I want to basically take it, analyze it, and share my kind of words of wisdom, advice on it. Now, I say this with clarification, of course, that I am, as I put down there below, I'm not a psychiatrist, right? I'm not a certified psychiatrist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a doctor. I am a software engineer, but other than that, I'm not that, right? And everything that I will say in regards to these kinds of stories or advice and everything are going to be from my thoughts, my opinions, the wisdom and lessons I've learned through my life, etc., etc., etc. And I will always encourage every single one of you to go out and seek the professional guidance or help that you may need as well. Take what I say as a grain of salt. It's coming just straight from me, but for anything extra, of course, like medical, psychiatric, financial, legal advice, all of that stuff, go see a certified, educated professional in those fields. Obviously, don't just take what I say here as word and go do what everything that our master says, of course. So this is just going to be a way where I want to open up this avenue, if you will, for us to basically just share stories. And the one thing, as I've touched on before in the past about a gaming community, is that we all come from different walks of life, and the gaming genre does tend to, at least in my experience, attract a certain kind of individual who sometimes can tend to struggle on sharing, on just sharing, opening up. I know it can be hard. Trust me, I know. And so again, I'm not demanding it. I'm just requesting and asking that if you have stories, something you want us to share, feel free to email me. Start up a fake email if you want, or temporary email, and email me as well. You don't have to share your real email if you're ever too uncomfortable. Everything I read, if you do share names or anything, I'm gonna actually re-edit, remove names, and put in, fake names to substitute. So all of that kind of stuff. But so that you don't feel like, well, why our masters? Are you just asking me for my stuff? Why, why me? Don't worry. On the days or that we don't have, or the streams that if I don't have a story from any of you, even if that's like, if that's just the way going forward, maybe nobody wants to reach out, and that's okay. I'm gonna share more of my stories, and I'm gonna try to do it in a more constructive format. We'll pick something from my past and some experience, and then I'm gonna open up a lot and just share it with you all. And let me tell you, it's exciting stuff. I think I've got it all. Not that it's a laughing matter, of course, but I've got it all. You can imagine it, I've got it all. So I'm gonna, in the times that if there's not anything to share from anyone else, I'm gonna share it with you all and just kind of give some advice and wisdom, some of the lessons I've learned, etc., etc., etc. But do it while we're engaging with Final Fantasy TCG or Final Fantasy in some sort of way. And so, yeah, I think that's, I think this is, one of the things that is motivating me, one of the things that I am looking forward to doing as I grow this stream. And I'm so glad to be back. It's so great to just be back with you all. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're all taking care of yourselves, still wearing a mask, still social distancing. Get the vaccine if you can in your general area. I'm going to be trying to do that next week. Hopefully, we'll see. And yeah, other than that, thank you again for watching. Thank you for all your love, support. Remember, you're all wonderful. You're all beautiful. You're all loved. Until the next stream, bye-bye.